Welcome back here to the Tim Miles Show as we continue to talk Colorado State men's basketball. I'm your host, Brian Roth, and happy to be joined by Greg Smith, the sophomore out of Omaha. Greg, thanks for joining us. And, hey, congratulations on the win Saturday night there in Utah. And this team seems to really be getting a lot more confidence as the season progresses.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun out there playing, especially, with the great crowds that we've been having and the wins that we've been getting, especially on the road and at home. We're really, just winning, just really carrying everything around here.
Yeah, winning is contagious, and I was talking to Coach on the postgame. Winning on the road, I think, is contagious. After you guys won at UNLV, did that kind of boo you guys a little bit and say, hey, we can win anywhere?
Yeah, especially after last year not getting a win against one of those top, 3 or 4 teams in our league, and, beat one of those, especially at their place, really, helped us out, especially confidence-wise, knowing that we can go, to Utah or, TCU or any of San Diego State, trying to go get a win later in the season.
2 big wins here this past week, and Tim, you guys played both of those games without Wes Eichmeyer. You needed somebody to step up, and I thought Greg did just that.
Yeah, Greg got his first career start, and he's deserved a start. He's really done a great job for us, and I respect Greg. I think he's got a lot of talent and ability. He's kind of our Travis Franklin in waiting. We expect him to be that kind of productive player as he progresses through his career. And getting the start on Saturday, I hope was a spark for him, and he's a guy that deserves it. He guards some of the best players out there. He guarded Jimmer Fredette. He guarded Will Clyburn for Utah, and we put him in some difficult positions, but he's capable. He's a good offensive player and a good defensive player.
Yeah. How about your play and your confidence, your own abilities, because you really have stepped up your game the last couple weeks?
I'm just feeling more comfortable out there. I'm just getting in a position, where I'm, making plays, going out there and do little things like offensive rebounding and things like that. I just put in a lot of time off the court, before and after practice, and I just think it's paying off now.
How about the putback in the second half with the one hand where you got fouled?
Yeah, I took that out of Pierce's book. Pierce does stuff like that all the time. We saw him make just a crazy putback play against UNLV, and I'm just trying to one-up him a little bit.
That was as pretty as it got.
That was a great play. And, I think the thing it does is it kind of demoralizes an opponent, too. And that was, you could see the look on their face, like he just referenced Pierce's is the same way against UNLV. Greg had a huge play, and he had 2 putbacks in the game, and his brother Dwight had 1, too. And those are all really critical plays when our offense was kind of grinding it out a little bit. And that was a big play. And Greg can do that. You can do it more if you want, too.
Let's try.
That put the Rams up 11, and they would need that 11-point cushion as they would go on to beat Utah on Saturday. Your brother, Dwight, is now up here. And what's it like to have your brother now here at college with you?
It's great. It's better, having him around the corner for me and, or just being, in the same room playing games with him than, having to Skype him or call him or something like that. And, he's playing well and stuff like that. So, seeing him healthy and playing again is better than seeing him, with mono or,
which we hadn't seen him in how long,
It's been a while.
He sprained his ankle. He had strep throat twice, dislocated a finger. Had the bleeding on his retina, so he had goggles. And finally, we just put him on the shelf and said, heal up. And now we've got him back. It's nice to have him out there.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to have the Smith brothers coming up the next 2 years, isn't it?
It's fun to see those guys out there. Bring us a different level of athleticism and energy. And, you've got 40% of the corner marketed on 40% of the market cornered on chemistry. 2/5 of your guys out there know what they're going to do before they blink, and I think that really matters.
Greg, how did you end up at Colorado State? How did you come to make that decision?
I was being recruited probably about my sophomore year. Nico was always on my line calling me. Coach Miles, he was the one that came out to watch me just work out. Before I met anybody else. And, I came out here to elite camp and loved it. Had a pretty good summer my senior year, but I felt that CSU was the place that I wanted to be.
And I met his mom, Rosemary Smith, and all things run through Rosemary too. By the way, she's awesome. She's a rock for that family. It's pretty cool family.
It's funny how that works, right? When you're on the road recruiting, a lot of the avenues go through mom, don't they?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, Dad was a former college player at Utah State too,
Okay.
so it's a fun family to be a part of. We're glad we have Greg and Dwight up here.
Greg, final thought, San Diego State coming up this week. I know it's another big stepping stone game for you guys.
Yeah, we're looking at it as a marquee win. We're trying to make postseason play, and we feel that beating somebody that's been high as ranked as 4, and with this kind of team they have, going in there and trying to get a win out on Wednesday. It's going to be really, a strong push for us in the postseason.
Yep. Well, hey, great season so far, and best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Okay, Greg Smith joining us here on the program. When we come back, we'll take a break from men's basketball. We'll talk some women's tennis. That comes up next here on the Tim Miles Show.